Hey guys, I recently received a message on YouTube from a user asking me for some help, so I'm not going to reveal the user's name because I don't know if they want to keep it private in case someone decides to see this or anything, so I'm just going to read what they have to say. So this user says, I need your advice, if you could give me any. Lately I've been really depressed, mainly because my parents are getting a divorce, and I'm going to lose a lot of things that I had at my parents' house, like toys I had when I was younger, and all kinds of things. I don't have a place for my 12-year-old, yes, that's in human years, old dog. I'm probably going to have to let him go on some mountain where I live, but he's 12 years old, in human years, but I don't think he'll be okay. The divorce thing is really making me depressed. I don't have space for things I can't own, pets, and my dad is going to throw away anything we don't take with us in a few days. I haven't been this depressed in years, it's physically hurting my chest. I even fell into the old habit of thinking of when I was going to die and worry about that. I need your advice. How do you handle depression? Don't worry, I'm not going to kill myself or anything. I just don't want to be depressed. It's really causing me a lot of stress and pain. Not to mention, I can't really talk to anyone about it. My mom is worried and the divorce, and my sister is kind of homeless. As for friends, I really have none. I hate the term, but I am a shut-in. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm putting this all on you, but I just need someone to talk to. So first off, I want to say I'm really sorry about the divorce that you're going through. I know it's really hard for you, and I'm sure it's just as hard for your mom and your dad now. Luckily, I was one of the people that didn't have to witness my parents go through a divorce. My parents are luckily still together, but I have known many friends who have actually gone through a divorce, and it is a very horrible thing. You know, you can be 20 or you could be like 7, and it's still going to be something that is just really difficult to deal with. I don't really have too much advice on how to deal with their divorce. I think your parents kind of just have to work that out, and if you can, just try and be honest with them. But I also know how you feel about, not wanting to put anything on your mom because she's worrying about the stress of the divorce, and maybe you and your dad don't have a great relationship, or maybe you do, but even so, I'm sure because of the divorce, it would be kind of difficult to talk to your parents. I always was pretty secluded from my parents. I never told them too many things about what I was going through. I always ended up kind of working it out on myself. Now, I don't recommend doing that for the most part. That's just because of the person that I am. I really don't like to accept help from anyone. I like to figure things out on my own. But, I'm glad that you came and you sent me a message because I'm really hoping that I can offer you some small bits of advice. Now, if you haven't seen it already, I did post a video up before this one about depression, just a few simple things that you can do that might help, doing a little bit of exercise. And by exercise, I don't mean anything crazy, like 50 pull-ups or 50 chin-ups or run 5 miles. No, I just mean like maybe do 15, 20 jumping jacks, anything like that. Just something simple, just to kind of get your blood moving. As for feeling like you're a shut-in, I know exactly how that feels, and that was something that really messed me up for a lot of years because, in case you don't know, I've said this a couple times on my other channel, on a random Minecraft series, I'm sure. I went through some pretty serious depression. I was homeschooled. I didn't leave my house. I think it was really bad between the ages of 15 and 17 because I really had no friends. Like, legitimately, I think I only had one friend. And for a period in my life, I think about 2 years or so, I didn't even have a friend. It was just me and my mom. And, I was doing stuff online, but I wouldn't call those people friends because I barely talked to any of them. The best thing I can say to do in your particular situation is probably just try to take advantage of the situation you're in. I know that sounds really weird, but it's something that you kind of have to, learn to do. I know a lot of people who come to me and they're like, I'm really depressed, I don't know what to do. I can't really leave my house because I'm unable to, or I just really don't like going outside. Anything along those lines. If you legitimately cannot go outside, there is nothing wrong with not going outside. It's trying to take the best out of a worse situation. I know when I was about 17, I was like, I legitimately cannot go outside. I cannot make eye contact with people. I despise going outside, but, I want to make friends. I want to be happy. I want I want to try and do something with my life that doesn't involve me just sitting here and playing video games. But what I actually ended up doing was taking advantage of the situation I was in, and what I mean by that is I took advantage of the fact that I didn't want to leave and I was legitimately unable to leave. What I mean by that is I started doing a lot of things online. I started kind of trying to be a little more outgoing. This is going to sound really stupid, but someone out there might be able to understand where I'm coming from. I have a horrible fear of talking to people. Social anxiety, all this really annoying stuff. I legitimately cannot talk to someone if I haven't known them or anything. It's pretty bad. So what I did is I was actually playing WoW, and I'm the kind of player that's always like, you know what, I'm gonna just solo everything. I'm not gonna do any groups or anything. I don't like that. I didn't join any guilds. I tended to just kind of stay by myself. And that's how I liked it. But, that was kind of not getting me anywhere. And you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? I mean, what are you going on with this? This makes no sense. I actually rolled a tank, and in case you don't know what that is, a tank is someone that is at the front of the group. They're taking all the damage. They're the ones that you kind of have to communicate with all the time. And everyone kind of depends on you. So I decided to roll that, and I was like, I'm going to force myself to go into groups, and this is the way that I'm going to slowly start to interact with people. This is how I'm going to force myself to conquer my fear of, social anxiety, not being able to talk to people. And someone might say, hey, that's stupid. Why don't you just go outside and talk to a real person? You have to take small steps if you are, pretty much unable to talk to someone because of, your social anxiety, or you're just shut in, anything like that. And you can do this with any game, or you can do it with, on Facebook, anything like that, But I would highly recommend starting off with a game that you enjoy. It's hopefully one that you play online. And it doesn't have to be WoW, it can be anything. There's tons of free games online. Just anything. Just something that is going to put you at the forefront of a small portion of people's attention. That's what I did, and trust me, it didn't work out very well at first. I left groups left and right if anything went wrong. But eventually I forced myself to do it, and I was able to actually start talking to people. It was really refreshing because I would be able to go on, a random game or on YouTube or anything like that and just kind of strike up a conversation with someone. Now, I can still do that online, although I am still rather uncomfortable with doing it, but, outside with real people, it's still not my forte. Now, I don't have too much to say about how your dad wants to deal with your pets. It's really unfortunate that you might have to get rid of them. I really hope that you don't put them on the side of a road or something, because I would highly recommend you don't do that. I'm sure there is some animal shelter around your area. You could probably find it by Googling it. I would highly recommend that you do that, because, if your dog is as old as you say it is, that would legitimately be, probably death for that dog. So just please don't do that. Even if you have to give it to a neighbor and ask them to take it to a shelter, just try to do that, because care for your dogs. Dogs are nice. But I do hope that I was able to give you a little bit of advice, maybe a little bit of hope. Try to turn the situations that you think are absolutely horrible. Try to look at them from a different light. You're shut in. You don't have any friends. Try taking advantage of the situation, going online. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're a nerd, you're online all the time. Who cares? Honestly, I love staying online. It's obvious, isn't it? I don't ever really leave my house. But hey, we all start somewhere. You can always message me. I will do my best to respond to you, although I have been extremely swamped with messages as of late, so it's been kind of difficult getting back. But I really do hope that this has helped you. And, once again, if you need anything else, please feel free to send me a message. So guys, if you're going through anything in your life and you might want some advice from me, maybe some hope, anything, just feel free to send me a message on this channel specifically. If it's on my Banana Pylord channel where I do all my gameplays, it's a little more difficult for me to get to those, so try to send them on this one, please. Also guys, if you have any advice for the user that sent this into me, don't feel shy. You can leave your responses in the comment section below, because some of you probably do have better advice than me. I'm just kind of the person that spews forth some decent advice, I guess you could say that. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and to the user that sent me that message, I really do hope everything gets better for you. I will see you guys in the next video. My name is Banana Pie Lord.